Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. We begin tonight in Nunavik. Quebec's health ministry says it's working to finalize a tuberculosis action plan for the region in the coming weeks. Doctors say they're exhausting all efforts to control the spread of the disease. Samuel Watt has more.
The Health Board's Dr. Yasin Cholokov is worried there are tuberculosis cases among people they don't know about.
Well, it seems that maybe the situation is worse than it looks because we're finding these random cases that are outside of our regular investigations.
The Health Board says there are already 79 confirmed cases this year, and at this rate, 2025 could be another record year. The Health Board has an action plan, though. It includes boosting clinical spaces and bringing in staff through an external agency. Cholokov insists those workers won't just be temporary. Meanwhile, he says the Health Board is still exploring ways to remove barriers for local training.
It's also going to be probably care that's more adapted because it's going to be delivered by people within the community that understand, that can explain things in patients' own language.
The Health Ministry says it's finalising response to the Health Board's action plan in the coming weeks. It's also started a working group to support the fight against tuberculosis. But even with more resources, there are on-the-ground challenges. Housing for healthcare workers, the difficulties of reaching people because of phone and internet connectivity. And for Dr. Sarah Bergeron, there's the fear factor. How do you get patients to come forward?
And I think part of the answer is to really increase the in-community services so that the people don't need to leave their family or leave their job for many days to get tested.
And leaders like Kangaksujuak Mayakia Napa want to remind people to not be afraid. She was diagnosed with TB as a young child when her mother was sent south to a sanatorium.
It's treatable. It's really different than before.
And now she's waiting to see what the province agrees to fund. Samuel Watt, CBC News, Iqaluit.
People in Yellowknife now have even fewer options for veterinary care. The Yellowknife Veterinary Clinic is currently closed until at least the end of this month. A sign on the door says the closure is because of a family emergency. The clinic is run by Dr. Michael Hughes. Its voicemail includes a message from Hughes about the closure. He tells people to reach out to other veterinarians in Yellowknife. The only other animal hospital in town is the Aurora Veterinary Hospital, YK. It's a relatively new clinic run by the former staff of Great Slave Animal Hospital. There are no permanent veterinary clinics outside of Yellowknife in the NWT. It's back to school for students in the Yukon. Next Monday is the first day of the 2025-26 school year. Work is well underway getting everything ready, but there are still a few things up in the air. Katrin Pilkington has that story.
They may not want to believe it, but it won't be long until students are back here. The Yukon Education Authority says it's still searching for 18 teachers, 1 principal, and a vice principal ahead of this coming school year. But most of the nearly 500 positions across 21 schools have been filled. The First Nation School Board, which manages 11 schools, is looking for 5 teachers. Recruitment has been completed for teachers on call in Whitehorse. Francophone schools are also fully staffed. The government says it's responding to rapid population growth and increased enrollment across the territory by designing new outdoor learning spaces in Whitehorse, Ross River, and Pelly Crossing. 2 new portables are also being installed here at FH Collins and Whitehorse. Schools are also getting big upgrades in Dawson City, Mayo, Carmacks, Ross River, and Beaver Creek. The first day back in class for students is August 25th. Katrin Hookington, CBC News, Whitehorse.
In Newfoundland's Western Bay, a school and dozens of homes have been destroyed. Wildfires are continuing to burn across Atlantic Canada. Karen Pauls has the latest on efforts to bring the Kingston fire under control.
We're at a roadblock not far from the north end of the Kingston fire. They're actually moving this back a little bit, but because of smoke and flames, we've seen fire trucks coming and going this morning. There's been a long line of cars, locals watching and waiting to get information, to hear what's going on the other side of this roadblock, concerned about their own homes and the homes of their families.
We need resources. We need to save what's left. We need to save what's left of the North Shore. We just want help, and nobody is listening. And enough is enough. But to see my two elderly parents yesterday pack up their belongings and give it to someone else, it's devastating.
Now we know this fire has grown to the size of about 22,000 football fields. We know from the provincial update that there are 80 Canadian Air Force firefighters here, along with 20 Ontario firefighters helping local crews. Some of the air assets, water bombers and helicopters, haven't been able to take off from St. John's this morning because of smoke and low cloud cover. So people here are really starting to feel abandoned and left behind by their government. The Premier was flown over this area yesterday. Here's some of what he saw.
It was difficult. The pilot was unable to get to certain parts of the fire. We couldn't do the whole perimeter because of the extreme smoke, and it is very thick smoke. I mean, you cannot see your hand in front of your face if you were in that smoke.
We heard yesterday at least 100 homes have burned along this North Cove. People were being told yesterday that they had lost everything. We know there's also a school that is burned, which means about 60 students and a dozen staff will be looking for a new place when classes start in just a few weeks. Karen Pauls, CBC News, near Jobs Cove, Newfoundland.
Team Nunavut's basketball and beach volleyball teams played their final matches this morning at the Canada Summer Games. Big cheers for Team Nunavut, which sent its first ever men's and women's basketball teams to the Games. Their run this year has now ended. Both teams faced losses in their last matches. In beach volleyball, the men's team had a difficult time against Team NWT, but the women's team kept things close with Team Yukon. The teams lost by a combined 9 points. Team Nunavut's indoor volleyball and wrestling teams will be back in action next week.
The future is everything. Stories of incredible ingenuity, dedication, and some extraordinary teamwork. This is parenthood.
Take a voyage with me to the vast, remote, most extreme place on Earth.
For many, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Where the effects of climate change are intensifying.
The poles are a very rapidly changing place.
And geopolitical cracks threaten peace and stability.
Do you think there's a security concern?
I definitely do.
Experience the historic all-Canadian mission. CBC in Antarctica. Watch free on CBC Gem.
Want to get the most out of CBC News? Use the app or cbcnews.ca for live breaking news on the stories that matter to you. Whether it's local, national, or around the world, turn to CBC News.
It makes sense that they get a larger share, or does it?
Welcome to the Greenbelt.
All of this, just single-detached homes?
Yes.
What do we know? I think we can explain.
About that with Andrew Chang.
Although the NBA currently is flooded with Canadian players, this was not a reality.
A new immigration law.
This story, it's directly tied to all those families who made a brave choice to come to this country.
My favorite word.
Tariff! How seriously are you taking this threat?
It's the uncertainty that's the biggest issue.
Canada, we got you.
Elbows up!
An international legally binding treaty meant to tackle plastic pollution has fallen through yet again. After years of negotiations, UN states in Geneva still couldn't reach an agreement on a final draft this week, even after another 10 days of negotiating. The chair of the Inuit Circumpolar Council has been advocating for the inclusion of Inuit voices in the negotiations. She says the new draft has stronger language around traditional Indigenous knowledge.
An affirmation of our knowledge as important in terms of producing knowledge about plastics pollution and solutions around plastics pollution.
Olsvik says microplastics are harmful and have made their way into the diet of Inuit. An ecologist who previously co-authored a paper calling for an agreement says the result is disappointing, but the fight isn't over yet.
Of course, it's disappointing when something doesn't materialize that you've been thinking about and talking about for the better part of a decade. But hopefully we will get there eventually if countries can just keep hanging on and trying to work together.
Negotiations ended today with no immediate plans to resume efforts to reach a treaty. Nearly 100 countries were involved in those negotiations. The CBC's Jennifer Yoon takes a closer look at what happened and tells us why plastic pollution is a growing concern across the world.
Plastic pollution is in landfills, oceans, even our bodies. But at the United Nations, another attempt to curb plastic waste has failed, with countries clearly divided.
It is so decided.
3 years ago, diplomats agreed to create a legally binding treaty to end plastic pollution. But 6 rounds of negotiations later, optimism is fading.
A treaty without production measures will be built on sand.
The majority of countries gathered, including Canada, want a cap on plastic production. But oil and gas nations like Saudi Arabia and the United States blocked that. Most plastics are created from fossil fuels.
The discussion did not include recycling and waste management.
They want to focus on better design and recycling instead, despite only 9% of plastics being recycled globally, according to researchers. I'm angry because a small handful of oil-producing countries have blocked a treaty, says France's Minister for Energy Transition. Environmental groups are upset, too.
Consensus is dead. Every day we fail to agree an effective treaty, more people are suffering.
It's been found in the blood, in the lungs, in the heart.
Scientists have found microplastics throughout the human body, and they're just discovering how harmful it is for human health.
I don't think there's any question that these are having effects on our body, immunologically, etc.
The chemicals companies add to plastics to make them softer, colorful, or more flexible are also linked to health problems.
10 to 15% of cardiovascular disease can be attributable to plastics exposure.
It's unclear what comes next in the talks. They may resume in yet another session. Canada says it supports that. Some suggest the countries that want to cap new plastic production may break off and try to do so on their own. Jennifer Yoon, CBC News, Toronto.
U.S. President Donald Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin have ended their high-stakes meeting in Alaska. Both parties are leaving without a deal on the war in Ukraine. Trump extended the invitation last week to discuss a potential end to Russia's war on Ukraine. But Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was not invited to the table. The CBC's Ashley Burke has more on today's meeting.
Donald Trump applauding Russia's president as he steps foot on American soil, a first in a decade. The U.S. president welcoming Vladimir Putin on a red carpet with a smile and open arms. A spectacle viewed around the world. This body language, this moment, seen by some as a victory for Putin. He's facing an international arrest warrant.
President Putin, will you stop killing civilians?
Accused of war crimes and has been shunned by most of the Western world since invading Ukraine. But Trump says these talks are critical to try and end Russia's war. Before arriving in Alaska, Trump laid out his plans on board Air Force One.
I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing.
Putin's expected to have a different goal.
Vladimir Putin really wants to pull Trump away from the West.
He says for Putin, these talks are all about escaping threatened U.S. sanctions and getting Trump on his side.
Vladimir Putin's grand strategy is to isolate Ukraine into a one-on-one matchup where Russia's superior size, its larger economy, its bigger manpower, its larger military can really be brought to bear to destroy Ukraine.
Just hours before talks started, Moscow continued its attack on Ukraine. Kyiv says a missile strike killed a civilian. Ukraine's president, who wasn't invited to the summit, says everyone needs an end to the war. President Zelensky is calling for an unconditional ceasefire and security guarantees before any real peace talks begin. Zelensky says he's now counting on Trump to be strong. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Washington.
Thousands of air travelers are in limbo right now. Air Canada has canceled hundreds of flights as it heads towards a work stoppage in the early hours of Saturday. As David Thurton reports, the airline and its flight attendants are running out of runway in their labor dispute.
Passengers are already feeling it as negotiations between Air Canada and flight attendants seem to be heading south.
We're hoping that it's just a delay and that we make it to Tampa today because we have plans.
This is just crazy, and I told my husband I'd never fly Air Canada again.
Air Canada's smaller regional partners, Express and PAL Airlines, continue flying as planned, though by lunchtime, Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge cancelled nearly 300 flights, impacting well over 50,000 passengers.
Time is short, so we're beginning to act, and we're already experienced a labor disruption even before the strike started, so that's why we're having the cancellations.
Major Air Canada hubs were also preparing for the fallout.
The most important thing to passengers is not to come to the airport unless they have a confirmed Air Canada flight.
We've also been working really closely with Air Canada over the last few weeks on potential plans for this strike. For example, making sure that we have adequate space for them to park their aircraft if there is a strike on our airport property.
The union rejected another offer today to go to binding arbitration, urging the government instead to not use the labor code to quash a pending strike by more than 10,000 flight attendants.
We don't want to have our rights as Canadians stripped away simply to be forced in a contract because the federal government is saving Air Canada once again.
Meanwhile, the federal jobs minister is urging both sides to reach a deal, saying Canadians are counting on them. David Thurton, CBC News, Ottawa.
For more than 2 decades, people in Coral Harbour, Nunavut have been building a bridge and road. It's meant to provide better access to other parts of Southampton Island, which are full of wildlife. And now that road is nearly complete. The CBC's Noel Kalujak has more.
This is Southampton Island on Hudson's Bay. The community of Coral Harbour sits on the south end. It was once isolated from the west side of the island, where locals say the hunting and fishing in the summer is the best. In 1999, a local contractor and hamlet of Coral Harbour set out on a plan to build a bridge on Kirkchopper River, an access road connecting to the west side. The bridge was installed shortly after, opening the way to construction of a 175-kilometer road, which is now 3/4 of the way complete. Louis Bruce is one of the owners of Settler Development Limited, a contractor in this project. He says the road would allow greater access to those areas for hunting and fishing.
The west and the north end of the island has an abundance of wildlife and a lot of char, and it gives the community members an opportunity to help the economy. For example, commercial fishing. The sales would go to Iqaluit or Rankin Inlet. Also, there is a very good opportunity for tourists, photographers and sport hunters.
Yellowknife, Duke of York Bay, is a haven for animals like the majestic polar bear, the elusive narwhal, and beluga and seals that swim along the shores, and the caribou roaming the lands. Elder Susie Angutelok is over 80 years old. She has been going to Yellowknife, Duke of York Bay, before the road was built.
It is a lot easier now to get to my childhood camps and remember the times we lived in this area. I had my own healing time when I visited our old sod house remains. I thank my sons and daughters, also my late husband, who helped me to see our old sod house. I had a good cry and I felt much better. I visualized my mother in the sod house.
Work on the access road has not been easy, but Dino Bruce, part owner of Sedlec Development Limited, says there are several key people who were driving force behind the project.
We had support from Elder John Pamiolik, who worked tirelessly with Louis Bruce, who did amazing to keep the equipment working, and the late David Simelt, who marked the trail and encouraged and supported the project, who made a monument to commemorate the effort he did while he worked with us.
The contractors and the hamlet expect the entire project to be completed by 2027. That will become a gateway to many other parts of the island previously inaccessible in the summer. Noel Kaludjak, CBC News, Rankin Inlet.
Velvet Antler Productions in Whitehorse is celebrating its 10-year anniversary with a best of performance. The CBC's Isabella Calisi caught up with the dance company at its tech rehearsal and found out what the troupe means to adult dancers in Whitehorse.
Feather fans, the can, and campy music can all be found at Velvet Antler Productions. This dance troupe is mostly known around Whitehorse for its burlesque and cabaret-style shows and their student showcases. But in the last 10 years, they've grown from purely performing to being a hub for adult dance and vocal classes, giving people some newfound confidence.
It wasn't the intention, I started Velvet Antlers because I liked to make up sexy dances with my friends and thought other people might want to watch them. And then it snowballed into sharing that with people and teaching classes and knowing that I have this space in the community that so many people just completely relax, and I can see them change when they walk in. The hardest part is walking through the front door as an adult and trying something new, and then knowing that those people leave with a completely different impression than they came in with is really, really important to me, and I'm proud of what we've done here.
Not only does this provide a safe space for people to come as they are and explore new interests, it also gives people who loved to dance when they were younger an opportunity to jump right back in, maybe trying something new.
If we put our kids in hockey, we do it not because we're necessarily sending them to the NHL. We're doing it because it's a life sport, yes? And we put our kids in dance, and then there's always been this natural end. If you didn't go on to a professional career or you weren't going to be a teacher, then what, is it over? I believe, and these women believe, that this is a life sport. This is something that should be carried on. Why would you put all that time and love and training into yourself to just let it go?
They don't have any immediate new plans for the future, but Fitzgerald says there's some thoughts in the works. For now, they'll continue with what they do best, having fun and putting on creative performances. Isabel Glisi, CBC News, Whitehorse.
And there's another anniversary happening in the Yukon. Kwadai Don.
If we didn't do anything with this cabin back in '96, it would probably be rotting on the ground by now.
An urge to preserve his own family history led to the creation of an educational camp that celebrates Southern Shoshone culture. Harold Johnson has always been fascinated by how his people were able to successfully live on the land. This cabin, once located at Cracker Creek, is a time capsule of his family's early presence before there were any highways.
And in '96, we just took it all apart and brought it here and put it all back together here to represent that time in our history in the Yukon.
30 years later, Kwadai Don Kenji welcomes up to 10,000 guests every year. For Johnson, keeping his people's history on display is a big victory over colonization.
This is what, they tried to kill, is the culture and everything. And so, to bring it back and to be a part of bringing it forward and sharing it is a pretty rewarding work.
To mark the camp's longevity, a potlatch will be hosted by Johnson and his co-founder, Mita Williams. The traditional event will also signal their choice to step back from the day-to-day operations of the camp. A celebration with a bittersweet taste.
It's pretty hard to walk away from your life.
I went through this morning. It's like, how do you walk away from it? It's you. It's who you are.
Johnson and Williams hope their legacy will continue for another 30 years. Invitations have gone throughout the Yukon and beyond, and they hope many Indigenous nations will help them celebrate. The potlatch takes place this Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. Tori Fitzpatrick, CBC News, Champaign, Yukon.
And I just got cut off there before Tori's story, so I wanted to say a thank you to Tori Fitzpatrick for her story about Kwadai Don Kenji, also known as Long Ago People's Place, which is marking its 30th year in operation. Congratulations to everyone for that anniversary. That is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. And we leave you tonight with some images from the Akpik Jam Festival in Kuujjuaq, Nunavik. The 2025 festival ends today. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.